Hi, my name is Alita Kelly, and I am the co-founder of Southeast Market in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Southeast Market is a small grocery store and food hub that sources first from our priority vendors, which are Black, Brown, Indigenous, local, and female-led businesses and farms. We love working with new businesses, and we see that this is a really successful place as a launching pad for businesses, and we're just grateful to also share their story with our customers who expect to find new businesses and their products here in the store. So what we're looking for as far as partnerships goes with producers is organization, having that catalog of what you have available in the right quantities and sharing it with us on a regular basis. Communication, being really succinct, communicating during business hours if possible. We understand that sometimes that's not possible. And also just sharing with us your story and how things work on the farm and your practices and how they're good for the earth. So consignment is something that is a model that we use to get started with certain products. It's a case-by-case basis, but consignment looks like you get paid for whatever sells. And it helps us to not take a huge hit while we're figuring out if the product works well for our customers here. Most of the producers that we work with are paid usually within a week of delivery. If you are delivering it yourself, you can get a check at the store, like upon delivery, so long as you have an invoice. And so having an invoice handy is something that a lot of new producers don't really think about, but it's essential for us to receive the product, price it right, price it immediately so that we can get it on the floor and sell it right away. So we have both an email that we have producers send their invoices to, but we also prefer to have one that's paper copy along with a delivered. So one of the biggest assets to companies and farms that we're working with who make it like really streamlined and easy for us to order from them is by creating a sell sheet. And so it's a sheet of all the different products that you have, ideally with the quantities that you have, with the price that you're looking for, and as much detail of the product as possible. So instead of just saying kale, you can say, we have green curly kale, we have red kale, we have red Russian kale. As a small store, there's so many different vendors that we work with, and so we really prioritize those that are already like taking pictures, already doing some of the legwork too. It's really something that both sides need to do for each other. Another thing that I want to make sure farms are thinking about is like how important packaging is. And so labeling your food, having it retail ready, and labeling it with your logo, where the farm is, whether it's been washed or not, that's really huge for us. And we see a difference in sales between the items that are freestanding and the items that are already kind of like bagged or ready to go.
My name is Raphael Wright. I'm the co-founder and operator of Deeply Rooted Garden, which we are here now in partnership with Deeply Rooted Produce. This space is the growing grounds for much of the food, produce, fruits and vegetables that'll be going to Neighborhood Grocery, which is my equity crowdfunded grocery store that will be feeding the Jefferson Chalmers and surrounding neighborhoods here on the east side of Detroit in a couple of months. I want to see healthier children, healthier adults, healthier families, healthier Detroiters, so that we can rebuild this city using grassroots solutions and togetherness. Unity is really required, and that starts with what you eat. We all got to come to the table, and once we're eating better, we can think better and we can move better. A vendor that can pay makes everything easier. This is a labor of love, growing food, but it's still a labor, so it costs. Having a vendor that can't pay on time is something that's an issue. No different than us as a vendor not providing the product or service on time. Being able to communicate also is probably the most effective thing that you want in a vendor relationship, is being able to communicate changes that need to be enacted immediately or long term so that everybody's on the same page. McDonald's uses cartoon characters and different intellectual properties from Disney, etc., to make it cool to eat the Happy Meal. We have to figure out how to do that, make this stuff cool. We need people eating this stuff every day. We need people looking at this as something cool. So, using our personal brands and using like social media and interviews and just building that social equity will give us a better fighting chance in once selling out and continuing to grow. But marketing is very important. In regards to like the grocery store, I have no corporate following or backing from that project. It's been all crowdfunding. That's coming from regular everyday people like me that's giving whatever they can when they can to help open that store and keep it running. That all comes from the marketing. So this is therapy for me in so many ways, to come out here every day, be kissed by the sun, or just feel some rain and things like that. Stuff that growing up in the city we've been removed from. So incorporating my personal journey with my health, my mental health, my physical appearance, all of that, it's been cool and it's been helping. So it's very important and it will always be important.
For Oryana, first and foremost, we're looking for local organic. And local for Oryana is well-defined. It's a 100-mile radius of the store. We also ask our farmers in advance, before bringing product in, to go on our website. There is a farmer questionnaire. That way we get a sense of whether or not this is going to be a good fit before we even have the conversation. Being open and honest with each other. Things don't always go right, we know that, and things happen, interruptions happen, but just keeping those lines of communication open, dependability, delivering when you say you're going to deliver, those type of things. It's a year-round consumer base, if you will. With say the farmers market, things like that, weather can be a big influence on how you do there. And CSAs require people, coming to you. For, a retailer, we already have that built-in customer base. They're coming here, they're shopping. So it's kind of a guaranteed sale. In the case of produce, the produce manager would probably give them a call, set up a meeting time, and just, again, go over expectations. If it's a new farm, we don't know exactly how things are going to necessarily work out. We're probably not going to go in as deep initially. Again, it's about building those relationships, and once the relationships are built, you build on top of that and expand. Your product will be sitting on a shelf alongside national brands with all the glitz and marketing that they have attached to them. So, just taking time to be thoughtful about making a good presentation, good shelf presentation. Also, something certainly that is helpful for a retailer is UPC codes. We can work with you on that. We can generate in-house UPC codes. But if you're wanting to approach multiple retailers with your product, that's something you might want to look into and invest in. We've worked with a lot of producers that are new to bringing product to market, and have sat down with them and talked about different packaging approaches they could use, things like that. And also, it's like, as much as possible in that packaging, to be able to tell your story. Who are you? Why are you passionate about this? Those are the things that connect with our customer base.